Come on, pretty, play with me.
I started a burlesque troupe because I wanted to try my best at choreographing creative movement in a sexy way, and I didn't know what else to call it. We're actually more of a theater troupe rather than a dance troupe or a burlesque troupe, or at least it's turned into one. What we do is a lot of dance and a lot of creative movement, but we also act, and we have very strongly themed dances. And traditional burlesque is a lot more about the tease aspect and often the comedic aspect. We try and make death sexy. Yeah, and we have a lot of monologues in our show about violence and the definition of violence and the points in the dances where it goes from beauty to violence. And, yeah.
I originally came on to Bang Bang Berlesque as a costume sort of designer slash costume lady. I have the gigantic suitcase full of stuff, and ever since I was really young slash found out what it was, I was always kind of really into that. Rehearsals, they kind of vary. Like if you're in more dances, they're obviously more involved, but we all come together closer to the shows, and then we go through the run-throughs, and we go through the show about 5 or 6 times until it's perfect.
Yeah, and actually I like your demon dance as well.
Yeah,
I know you can't say that because you're in it, but
I also
demon dance
love yours.
is pretty awesome.
I know that sounds.
Yeah, no, I really like. I'm a big fan of Nugget and Vienny because we don't have a lot of hip hop over in the show, so it's cool to do something that's both dark and
The biggest cheer of the whole show was for Danny
I really love
and Nugget and
the dance with the skull mask. Julia's. It's just she's so beautiful and her body is so feminine, and it's just the scary grinning skull face. It's wonderful.
My character's entitled The Barker, and that's sort of a reference to the circus sort of quality of the show, and I'm just sort of a crazy interpretation of Satan is what the original script says, and I sort of played around with it as sort of a sarcastic announcer who basically messes around with everybody, including the people in the play and the audience. So I'm always changing personalities a little bit, using different walks and different voices, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. So it's a bit of a random character, but loads of fun.
Delia goes to King's, which is where I go to school, and so there were kind of posters up, and I had planned on auditioning and just didn't get around to it. Then I mentioned to Delia at a party that I had really wished that I'd auditioned, and then she emailed me this last summer saying somebody dropped out, and if you still wanted to be in the troupe, then we'd like to have you. So
my way was a little bit different. I'm a NASCAD student. I didn't know anyone wanted coming into this. A friend of mine, though, who does go to King's, knew about the show, knew about Delia, and she asked if I would do it with her because she was kind of uncomfortable to go ahead and do it herself. So I did it with her, and then she ended up being too busy and dropping out, and I decided to stay in, so I got to meet everyone else and hang out with all of the people that she initially knew and I did not. And then this is the second show that I've done, and I love it. It's fun. I love performing. I was a dancer before then, so getting a chance to do my belly dance within a troupe was a really nice experience.
Actually, it was through a Facebook announcement. There was an event that got placed.
Facebook. It's all.
Yeah, it's all about Facebook. My friend Jacqueline, who was in the Halloween show but wasn't in this show, she had said, I'm attending this event, and so it showed up on my Facebook page, and I was like, that looks interesting, because I've always been interested in alternative interpretations of sexuality, especially female sexuality. So this was super interesting for me. I auditioned as a dancer, and like I said, I did a dance as part of the Halloween show last term, and that's just sort of where it went downhill from there, you know?
I heard about it on a Facebook group, and then I said I definitely want to audition because it sounds like something that's going to completely push me out of my comfort zone. And Delia's vision just like really, she sounded not only like she had something that she had planned, but like she really knew how to get it done. And I've done a lot of shows with people who are like strong directors, but like she just had that instinct. So I was like, okay, I'm feeding off that. I want to be part of that show. Yeah, so I was in the Halloween show, and then I was in this show, and it's been great so far.
Why burlesque? Like, why was that something you're interested in?
Well, I do a lot of theater. I do a tiny bit of dance, and I wanted to start doing more dance, but I'm not a dancer first. And
tonight we just did 2 shows. We did a show at 7:30 and a show again at 10. And most of the people that I've spoken to, it's been all positive stuff. Like, we haven't had any like really negative reaction, but a lot of it's kind of, you know, like wide-eyed nodding, just oh, you know, that was really interesting, like, oh, this is really thought-provoking, oh, that's good, you know. I think definitely a gentleman upstairs commented and said that I think it was bold or brave, or I don't know, I don't remember what the word he used, but we're doing a burlesque show. Daring, it was daring of us to do it. You know, it's rural Nova Scotia that we're doing this in. Small town, kind of religious, a lot of Catholic white folks. And, you know, it is daring that we're doing something that's sexy and not definitely controversial, you know, like we have eating disorder themed dances and fashion dances, and it's a criticism of popular culture and everything that beauty means and why things are beautiful and what makes something aesthetically beautiful. So it's definitely a controversial thing. There's no religion in it. There was supposed to be, and I took it out. Yeah.
It depends on who you talk to. Some people, they think it's really cool and really subversive, which is cool. Other people, it's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Or if you're talking to guys, oh, you're a burlesque dancer. So it ranges from person to person, really.
A little deeper. I am a recovering anorexic, and so I had been hospitalized way back. So now, after gaining my healthy weight back, I wanted to put myself on display basically, so I had to really get used to my body and put it out there. And the reason why I started belly dance was just to be forced to present myself in a way that was on display. And in order to sell a show, you have to be confident and sell, like, you know, sell who you are as a person on stage. And it became almost like a character for me in the beginning. Was like this faux confidence kind of thing, and then hopefully, like, eventually I will get to the point where that is me, and it's going good so far. It's definitely like my own kind of self-therapy, and it's working.
Our whole show is tidbits of all kinds of like philosophers, great playwrights, great filmmakers like Quentin Tarantino. We have the lap dance from Death Proof, for example, and are a part of that in one of our dances. We have a quote from T.S. Eliot's Wasteland. You know, like we take all kinds of different elements, or I take all kinds of different elements and put them into themed dances, theatrically themed dances, in order to get a big eclectic mix of all kinds of good stuff.
My, what big teeth I have.